Hi, welcome to Talking Tech at CES 2024. Once again, we are at Asus checking out all the latest and greatest with Intel Core Ultra. Joining me again is Sasha with Asus. It's always a pleasure. So let's get started. We have a lot to get through. This is getting a lot of buzz. So what do we have?
This is our 2024 Zenbook Duo. We've been doing dual screen laptops for a long time. Some people think it's kind of a gimmick to have a second screen, but as a matter of fact, we sold over 1 million laptops with 2 displays in them. People love it for multitasking. You know, especially working from home, studying from home, doing video calls, you need more screen space, but you don't necessarily want a big laptop. You will still want to be really portable. You want a device to be super compact. So 13-inch, 14-inch, that's the choice for almost everyone. That's the most popular form factor. So what if you could have that and then have more screen space? But you can always go back to normal clamshell. So this is actually the same device right here. So this one looks like a completely normal ultra portable 14-inch, right? But it's actually the same device as what you see here. So you just remove that keyboard, get a full-size keyboard, nice key travel, big touchpad, and you got the pogo pins here. So when you put it on there, it's charging the keyboard and it's connected via Bluetooth. So 0 latency, never run out of battery. And when you detach it, it automatically switches to Bluetooth just like that. Still got the same keyboard. Yeah,
I have to say that, I mean, these days, I'm very used to having, multiple screens, and being able to bring this on the go is great. Different configurations if you're on the plane. Maybe you don't have a lot of space, you have to have it like that.
Right.
And of course, I think one great thing is that, I remember back from the day with Asus Transformer, right? Asus always wanted to innovate, and I think just this is a really great expression, both of the dual screen concept, and of course with Meteor Lake, I think it's a
That's a very good point. So we are actually able, in this super compact and small form factor, so this is only, without the keyboard, it's only 1.35 kilos, magnesium chassis, metal kickstand built in, still only 1.35 kilos, but you don't have a U series in there. You actually have a Meteor Lake H.
Okay.
Core Ultra 9, 155, so 35 watts. You get a ton of performance, really powerful integrated graphics with the ARC graphics in this super compact, small form factor. And it starts at only $14.99. So that's a whole nother story about this being very accessible, right? This is like the most mature dual display laptop we've done. I feel like this is really like past the threshold where now dual display laptops are mature, right? Anybody can use this. You can always go back to a normal clamshell mode. If you don't, you got a headache, I can't deal with this right now, I just want to write an email, you just pop the keyboard back, it's a completely normal ultra portable laptop. You got full I/O, 2 Thunderbolt ports, Type A port, HDMI port, everything you need, 75 watt battery. Yeah, really, really cool multitasking device.
And of course, I think even behind here, there's the different configurations that this could be. And of course, this is one that makes a lot of sense, as is the traditional, but laying flat. I think, This is just a new way to transform your laptop.
You have a little kid, so that's what I've been using this with my kid for. You can lay it flat, and then we have a sharing mode where basically the second screen rotates 180 degrees, so your kid can be watching CoComelon, and you can be doing your own thing on the main screen with the keyboard. And by the way, the keyboard actually has a Type-C port here.
Okay.
So even when the keyboard is detached from the device, you can plug it in and have it in wired mode. So it's still in Bluetooth, never runs out of battery, but you can move the keyboard around, put it in any position or orientation you want. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. By the way, I have to commend your parenting skills if you are able to share a device with your child, because
I try.
With mine, I think the results will be a little bit more chaotic. But I can definitely do some durability testing with mine, and I'll report back to you on how that
tougher than military grade testing.
That's right. All right. We'll get to that in a second.
Child testing.
What about for those who want a more traditional clamshell that they don't need all the bells and whistles? They want something that they're very used to, very familiar form factor.
I got just the thing for you, my friend. So, where is it? Here. Our Zenbook 14 2024. Okay. It's only 1.2 kilos. Starts at only $799, and you also get a 120 Hz OLED display and Core Ultra CPU in this one. Oh, I forgot to mention, these 2 displays are 3.2K, 120 Hz OLED display, touchscreen, both of them. And the nice panel you got in here as well, also OLED, QHD, 120 Hz. So yeah, this is basically if you just want a simple, normal ultra portable, and if you want a dual screen one, the price difference is not too far off. So a couple $100 extra, and you get a second screen.
That's great. Something new and something tried and true. And clamshells, I mean, the simplicity, I think this is there's something for everyone.
Yeah, and starting price $799, Core Ultra 9, OLED 120 hertz panel. This is like the perfect laptop for just anyone pretty much, right?
That's right. So speaking of there's something for everyone, I think this covers a lot of ground, but there is options for those who may want a simpler experience, more focused OS. Let's move on to that.
Do you maybe want something with Chromebook?
Yes,
I got just the thing for you, my friend. Over here, the most premium Chromebook we have ever done. Full
Premium
metal
Chromebook.
chassis. Yeah.
Full metal Chromebook.
Full metal Chromebook, super premium.
Anti-reflective display.
Right, QHD 500 nits, dual Thunderbolt. This is also powered by Meteor Lake. So a Meteor Lake Chromebook, really high performance, high end, 8 megapixel 4K webcam. So that plus the magic sauce from Google for video picture, you can be sure that this is going to be amazing image quality for video calls.
Oh, wow. So as always, Intel and Asus are pushing the boundaries of performance in a Chromebook.
Right, no matter the platform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But speaking of performance, there's a whole other level we have to get to, and those are for the gamers and the enthusiasts.
Right. Or creators who want a powerful GPU, yeah?
So let's go take a look.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're here for more performance. First, I want you to set the record straight. Republic of Gamers, ROG or ROG?
ROG.
ROG, there we are. So ROG Zephyrus G16. Tell me all about it.
Okay, so the main thing to know about is that now we finally switched to OLED. So we've been using OLED in our consumer laptops for a long time, and people have been bugging us, why don't you use it for gaming laptops? We always said, oh, it's not good enough. Well, the last thing that we felt wasn't good enough was not having G-Sync or any kind of adaptive sync and Advanced Optimus. We worked very hard with Samsung and NVIDIA for almost 2 years to make that happen, and we now have G-Sync on this panel and Advanced Optimus. 240 hertz QHD panel, it actually runs at an emission rate of 960 hertz. So it flashes at 960 times per second. So it's kind of like a strobe effect. That way everything looks super smooth. There's no stuttering, no tearing. And besides that, as you can see, brand new chassis, new design, even more classy and subtle and premium. You have those light zones on the back instead of a full anime matrix, but you can also turn those off for a super classy look. And yeah, we have a white anodized aluminum and dark gray anodized aluminum, up to RTX 4090 with a vapor chamber. And because of the CNC process, we were able to make it 6 millimeters thinner and 400 grams lighter than a 2023 model.
Wow, and I mean, a lot of this is enabled by just the efficient architecture of Intel Core Ultra, codenamed Meteor Lake, bringing in efficiency, but at the same time, performance.
Right, and we're able to get the same CPU performance or better in the previous generation model, even though it's much thinner and lighter. And the RTX 4090, you don't get the full TGP, but you still get 125 watt TGP. And people who want the full TGP, they can get the 2023 version of the G16 or M16. And for people who just want it for video editing, they care about the VRAM, the GDDR memory, and extra CUDA cores. And you can have that option 4080, 4090 in here as well.
Now, of course, there's one other level. A lot of love for Meteor Lake, but there's still plenty of performance, lots of performance in Raptor Lake Refresh, especially the HX series of processors. So I want to bring that one just in because that's a great option for those people who want all the cores, the frequency. So let's have a look at the Strix Scar.
So if you basically want a desktop on the go, a desktop replacement, we also have something for you. This is our brand new 2024 ROG Strix Scar 18-inch. We now have a Nebula HDR mini LED panel that we didn't have in 2023. We only had 16-inch. We now have it for 18-inch as well. 1100 nits peak brightness, over 2,000 zones, almost 2,500 zones. Looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, like you said, Raptor Lake Refresh, 14th gen, even higher clocks, even closer to full desktop performance, higher memory clocks.
This is all made possible by the desktop class performance of Raptor Lake HX. That's up to 5.8 gigahertz, possibly some more with overclocking or undervolting. 24 cores, 32 threads, plenty of performance, all the I/O, all in something that's made for gamers, creators, all the features of a desktop in an 18-inch laptop.
Right, yeah, and with that vapor chamber and liquid metal conductor node extreme on both the CPU and the GPU, yeah, you can really push this thing to the limit. And yeah, you have 2 SSDs, RAID 0 up to 2+2. Yeah, this is absolutely powerhouse. And considering what's in there, it is basically a desktop. It's surprisingly light and slim, even though it's not super slim and light. But yeah, it's very portable.
And I think this highlights, there's something for everyone. If someone who wants all out performance, the frequency, we have what you have in hand. And of course, those who want the sleek, new, modern, thin and light, efficient gaming laptop, there's a new Zephyrus G16. So super exciting. Meteor Lake, rapidly refresh. Honestly, I'm super excited to see it. Sasha, thank you for talking tech.
Thank you.